So you know I'm paid in full.
Hey, what's going on? It's another episode of the Teel podcast, and like always, I got another great guest, Mr. Derrick Keener. What's going on, man?
Listen, brother, I'm all right, but I don't like the fact that you have another great guest. You ain't had a great guest till you had me.
Is this the greatest guest
This
I've
is
ever
the
had?
greatest guest, and let us say this now for all of the future people that will be on here. You will be second.
This is the greatest of all time.
Listen here, Muhammad Ali, however you want to put it. I'm the greatest, and you know that. Yeah, this is the greatest guest you'll ever have. We're gonna have fun tonight, and I'm gonna prove to them why I am the greatest guest.
Well,
I'm competitive, Joe.
Yeah. You got to be the best guest. Yeah,
I'm with it. Best guest. Yeah, let's find out. I mean, unless somebody show you their titties, and then I mean,
it's hard to beat that.
It's hard to beat.
Don't
titties.
show me yours.
Yeah. I promise I won't show you much. I promise I won't show them. But it's hard to beat titties. So.
It is.
Yeah.
So Derrick Keener. I've heard about you for a long time. I know you've been doing comedy for a long time. How long exactly?
A little over 20 years, man.
20 years.
Yeah, probably right at 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah, started at the Funny Bone at Westport Plaza in St. Louis. Actually, it started at Prairie View A&M University in Prairie View, Texas, where my theater coach, Celie Turner, told me that I was going to do stand-up comedy. And for whatever reason, I believed him.
So he just told you?
Dude said that we were on campus and we were getting ready to do a play. And they have this thing called New Faces, where the freshmen, they get a chance to showcase their talent around a stage play. And he said, Derrick, you got to do comedy. And then he told me that I wasn't funny when I tried to tell him some jokes. And I was like, well, you're the idiot that said I was going to do comedy. And so I went and bought a book, George Carlin's Brain Droppings, and I brought Chris Rock's CD, Bigger and Blacker. And those two things kind of helped me, just get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this random teacher, I guess not random, but a teacher just said, hey, this is what you're going to do.
He was
and
my theater professor.
Yeah.
And I believed him. I did not like the man.
Really? You didn't even like him?
No, I didn't like him. We were going to fight. This is college, man.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be around girls. God rest his soul. I'm not speaking ill of the dead. God rest his soul. I wanted to be around the girls. A lot of theater guys are gay. Nothing against gays, but dude, I wanted to be around the girls. And he wanted you in that theater. I did not like him. I didn't like him. I mean, you're a freshman in college. You want to go see the girls. So, but I believed him.
Yeah.
But I believed him.
You're from Texarkana?
Texarkana, born and raised.
Yeah.
Arkansas product all the way until my senior year of high school. Then I went over to Texas High, the greatest school in this city.
Texas High is the greatest school in the city?
Texas High is definitely the greatest school in the city.
You probably upset somebody there. But
sorry about that, Lloyd Jackson. I love my friend Lloyd Jackson, the new superintendent over there at Arkansas, but Texas High, greatest school. Yeah, in the city, hands down, period. Yeah, second to none.
I'm a leper, so I have to disagree.
I mean, I understand. You low education kids always disagree, which is fine. Which is fine. Liberty Island would never be the greatest. Y'all had some of the baddest girls. Again, I'm girl crazy.
Yeah.
You can see that. Show your tits.
Does that ever get you in trouble?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the ladies, I love the ladies. It is what it is. Ladies get the best men in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's just a product. You was a product of your environment, huh?
Hey, man. Love the ladies, brother. That's all I can tell you.
So you start here. So you go to college.
Yeah.
And that's, so you said college was in St. Louis?
No. At Prairie View A&M University. Prairie View is down by Houston, right?
Okay.
And so...
I don't know where I got St. Louis.
No, it's all right. I when I first hit a comedy club was in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
At the Westport Plaza. I won the amateur night. And so the guy, when I won the amateur night, said, this is the best guy. This is the year 2000 now. Mind you, the Rams just won the Super Bowl. I'm in St. Louis. It's really a good time in St. Louis. And the guy goes, this is the next Eddie Murphy. And my head, my head grew. And I felt good about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I am the best. And the next weekend, they had me open up for like Bob Saget.
Oh, wow.
And nobody laughed at me.
Oh.
And... They told me I could go home. They didn't even need me for the rest of the weekend.
That's right.
And I couldn't figure out what happened from the first time I performed to this. Like, what happened?
Was it like the same set?
I don't remember if it was the same set. You know what I do remember?
What's that?
I prayed the first time and didn't pray the second time.
Oh. Wow.
There's my key to any success I have right now is prayer. So, yeah. There's that.
Bob Saget in 2000.
Yeah. Bob was a dirty comic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pre him going off the rails, huh?
No, this was not Full House Bob. If you knew Bob Saget, Bob was not a clean guy.
Right.
Bob Bob was Bob.
Bob's Bob.
Bob was in the Hollywood. God rest his soul. He was in Hollywood.
Yeah. Do you you ever do any clean sets? Do you prefer the other way?
Do I do clean sets? Sure.
Yeah.
If the money's right.
Yeah. So you don't, but you wouldn't pick a clean set, right?
No, I would not. I mean, listen, if we're getting down to the brass nuts of things, the comedy is meant to, we're the last truth tellers.
Right.
We're supposed to be able to tell the truth unfiltered.
Definitely.
Without worrying about being canceled or hurting your feelings or being PC. We shouldn't have to worry about that. But it's gotten watered down so much with social media, to be honest. Everybody's an influencer, but they haven't spent 20 years in this business like I have.
Right.
They just think they can say whatever they want to say, but they haven't been trained to do it. So you don't think you can just go up there and say wild stuff. You have to. There's a way to say it.
There's a way to say it. Yeah, there's a way to go outside of the lines and do it in a way that's like,
You know why Chappelle gets away with it? Chris Rock gets away with it. George Carlin got away with it. Guys like that, they get away with it because there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
You have to be educated in order to be a comedian. Comedians are smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Typically, they have some knowledge of almost every subject. Just even if it's a little knowledge. They know something about almost every subject. And so you have to be, dude, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to say certain things. You just got to know how to say it.
Have you ever changed anything in your set in order to like maybe not get canceled? Like, especially in that, so like, did you feel that like during COVID, especially like that little window of time where it was like, there was comedians like getting canceled, which is the craziest thing to me ever.
It is.
The comedians would get canceled because, like you said, that's the last line. You know, somebody's got to make fun of the world. Somebody has to.
You got to make fun of the world, but you also got to make sure that you are still living in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make fun of people without hating them. You're supposed to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Self-deprecation. I laugh. Think about how often you laugh at you. I laugh at me. I'm not downing me. You know what I mean? But certainly I can take a joke if I'm putting it on myself, if I expect you to take one. But yeah, man, like I don't believe in that cancellation shit. We can cuss on there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, all right. I don't believe in it. And I'll tell you something about Texarkana. This city would love to cancel you.
Really? They have the power to do that here?
This is a backwards town.
Yeah.
Texarkana, as much as I love Texarkana, this is a very backwards place.
Explain that.
I'd be happy to. I'll do shows at certain places and only black people will show up. And then me and Roger are such good friends over at Magic.
Yeah, shout out to Roger Shepard. I just had him on 2 episodes.
That's my dog, man. Yeah. Like I love me and Raj. We from 2 different worlds, but that's my guy. I'll be at Roger's place and only white people will show up. No black people will come over there to support me. This place is so backwards. We don't hang out together like that at events, which is why I won't do comedy in Texarkana anymore.
Really?
Why can we all not come together? You know what I mean?
That's true. I stay in the house. Like I miss so much of what goes on in Texarkana.
Well, I'm outside. Yeah. As they say, I'm outside. And the thing about getting canceled in this city, we're in the Bible Belt. And so because people know you, they want you to watch what you say. I've never talked about anybody in the city, but people are afraid of what you would say because of what you do know. Mm. Again, I know how to say what I'm saying on stage. I ain't no dummy. But this is, I don't perform in this city much just because it's a little backwards for me.
Yeah.
I love the city. Love Texarkana. It's ass backwards.
Yeah. It seemed like they're doing some positive stuff around here. There's some new pushes that I've never seen before.
Facts. Even with the whole downtown thing that
downtown,
they're doing.
Especially, yeah.
Man, the zoning that they've done, I've seen some great improvements. I'm too far along in my career to stop. I hope that somebody can take up the mantle.
Yeah.
I'm on to some other shit. Yeah. I want there to be another comedian that I can help, like, yo, do this shit. You know, they got the Banana Club.
Yeah. I interviewed somebody in there, Jed Harrelson. I don't know if you know Jed.
Don't know him. But here's the thing. You know how much stuff I've done and they don't book me there? It's amazing. That's why I say this town is ass backwards.
Yeah. It's so nice inside there. It looks so cool.
I've heard about it. Never been invited. And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know,
that's crazy.
I write for Jimmy O Yang.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who Jimmy is. Jimmy, man, huge Asian comic. Like he's huge. All over Netflix, all over HBO. He's a bad dude. I tour with him and write for him.
Wow. How many comedians are getting wrote for, like the big ones?
Lots of them.
Tons of them, huh?
Lots of them.
Do you feel like that's cheating?
No, because they're paying me. It ain't cheating.
No, not you. No, I know not how you feel. I'm talking about on their end.
Is it cheating?
Because, okay, so I come from the music world, right?
All right.
Especially like I deal with lots of rappers.
Okay.
There's like this pride behind like
writing your own.
He writes his own music.
Yeah.
Is it like that in comedy?
I take pride in writing my own stuff.
Right. You wouldn't want someone to write a joke for you, right?
No, I would not. But all right, so I've had a guy help me with a joke before.
Right. And I think that's different.
That's different. Yeah.
I think that if your buddy's in the studio with you and he gives you a line, that's different than him saying, "Here's the song."
Yeah, nobody's ever given me a joke because I don't want it.
Right.
I talk about my life, so you can't write that for me.
Yeah.
I just get to tell you that. But is it cheating? It's cheating if you don't help bring the writer along. Right. Think about it in music. Neo wrote for so long. The Dream wrote for so long. T-Pain, they were just writers.
Yeah.
And now they got their just due. You have to bring those guys up so they can get their just due. So I write for a lot of comedians. Earthquake, written for Earthquake. Nephew Tommy of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Jimmy O Yang. Oh, let's see. Tons of comedians. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a bunch of them, but written for a lot of people.
Yeah. Is there a way to copyright jokes, or you just hope that nobody's taking? But there's. I'm looking at the camera. I know this happens. Somebody's stealing jokes.
Oh, brother, it happens. Man, it happens all the time.
Yeah, it has to.
Listen, dude. So you can't steal. So if it's such a generic joke,
right.
That's not. Some people call them stock jokes. Like, there's a man walking home. And he's got a bag of groceries and his cheese wheel falls down and rolls down the hill. And there's a man at the bottom of the hill and he's been praying to God for food. And he picks up the cheese wheel and takes it home and tells his wife, "Honey, you've got to make us some nachos." And she says, "Why?" "Because God told me this is nacho cheese," which is what the man up the top of the hill was saying. Nacho cheese, that's nacho cheese. But he's saying, but that's considered a stock joke.
Right.
So anybody can use it, right? I don't use those because that to me is cheating, right? Anybody can do it. Your intellectual property is stolen all the time if it's not on like a special or you haven't done it on TV or anything like that, which is why I don't put a lot of content out. You couldn't find a bunch of content on me.
Yeah.
I purposely do not put a lot of content out because they're going to steal your intellectual property. That's why I tell people I'm a live show killer. You want to see me? Come see me live.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's where you want to see a comedy. Yeah, that's where you want to see him.
You want to see him there, but then people will tell you that you got to get on social media. What does he have on social media? Dude, I'm too old to be shoving that phone in my face going, I don't do all that, man. I'm just funny on stage. I can't help it. I'm just funny on stage. I know how to do it.
Yeah. I listened to, okay, so I just went on a cruise, right?
All right.
And there's comedians on the cruise.
That's right.
There's 4 of them. And there was like 2 the first, or what? No, there was 5 of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And so we hit every night we hit the comedy club after like dinner.
Yeah.
That's just like how you get the night started.
That's right.
Is there like is there something like, do y'all make fun of like cruise comedians? Is that like?
I don't. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind being a cruise comedian.
It seems like
there's plenty of money in it. Oh yeah. My God, dude.
Like
all right. Let's say you're out on the water for 6 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Dude, cruise comedians make about $7,000 a week.
Wow.
If you're doing it, that's good money. $7,000 a week. You stay out there for 6 months, dude. You made plenty of money.
Yeah. And you're on a boat.
And you're on a boat.
You get everything for, like, you get the room, you get the food, you get they go do excursions and stuff.
Hey, brother. What better life can you live than to be?
And then they just tell jokes about the cruise ship. They make fun of the cruise ship, and everybody's on the cruise ship, and they're like, I get that. I relate to that.
You work for 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, they normally do 2 sets, one in one room, then they move you to the one room. And then they might do like a big one in the theater.
So they make you do clean, and then
they'll do a clean set, and they'll just sit there the whole time like, I want to say the F word.
So look, if you're writing jokes, you need to be able to write your jokes clean.
So the same joke, just...
That's right. Yeah. My father, who's a pastor, God rest his soul, told me that a cuss word cannot be your punchline.
Right. That makes sense.
He had me listening to Red Skelton, Red Fox, Bill Cosby. He had me listen to a bunch of the older comedians, and the cuss word can't be your punchline, man. So you have to know how to work clean. Like, I know how to work clean. I've toured with gospel shows. Yeah. I've written gospel shows for people. I just prefer to cuss.
Yeah, it's more fun.
It's way more fun,
I get that,
man.
I get that the punchline shouldn't be a cuss word because, like, a lot of people they're into like dumb comedy where it's just like, oh, he said fuck, oh.
Yeah.
But I like a smarter joke personally.
You can be blue, which is what we call it, right? You can be blue. But still smart, intellectual. You know, a lot of people love Ali Sadiq. Mm-hmm. Ali is the one that taught me how to do comedy.
Wow.
When I talk about somebody that took me on the road with him before right when he got out of prison, it was me, him, and my son. We would hit the road. He'd be in the back of my Dodge Durango holding my baby, and I'd be driving around this country. And so, but you just got to know how to work both. You got to work clean. You got to work dirty. I just prefer dirty. I don't care. But no, I love cruise ship comics. I'm definitely in search of a job.
Yeah, I'm going to hit up Carnival for you.
Yeah. Billy D. Washington is a comedian who did Def Jam. He's from Houston. He's a cruise ship comic. There's a lot of them, and they make a great living.
Yeah, they seem like they're chilling, eating good.
Brother, what more can you ask for? Right. Now, that's a single man's game, though.
Yeah, now they would, a lot of them said they had wives and...
Yeah. Man. Hey, brother. Hey, man. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be hard to have a wife on that cruise ship, Jack. Hey, man, I told you.
You already told me. You already warned me.
I just can't help it, man. And I'm not woman crazy where, like, I got to go have me a woman right now. But I'm just saying, like, you know how hard that is, brother? Be on a cruise ship, seeing different women every week. Somebody single, you ain't with your wife. Man, a little rough out there, brother.
Yeah, out there in the open ocean.
In the open ocean. You got this beautiful balcony. Somebody, come on, man. Yeah. Somebody got to get bent over on this balcony. And my woman ain't there. Sorry about that.
They got cameras on the balcony now.
And that's fine. And now we created OnlyFans. So I will take my OnlyFans chance. I'm just saying, dog. I would love to do it. Seriously. Like, I would really love to do cruise ships.
I think it's
awesome. It's kind of tough to get on there, though.
I forgot it was some famous comedian. I was listening to a podcast and they were shitting on the cruise dudes, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I wonder if they really are just making fun of me. But it's like, that seems like a hookup job.
It's a hookup job, but you can get stuck doing it.
Yeah, true.
And so I don't want to be stuck. It's almost like being typecast. I don't want to be stuck doing it forever. Yeah, I want to do it to make a money grab.
Oh, he's been on every Carnival ship. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, brother, that's not a compliment. That is not a compliment. And so, I don't shit on those guys, but, get it how you live, man. Make your money, baby.
Yeah. How often are you on the road?
Literally damn near every weekend.
Yeah.
I had last weekend off. It was my first weekend off since June. My first weekend off.
Wow.
And so... I'll tell you, I was in Shreveport last night. I know this is going to air later on.
Yeah, it'll take a week.
Yeah, take about a week or so. But let's say this Saturday, I'll be in Lafayette, Louisiana. Or no, Karen Crow, Louisiana. And then Thursday, I'll be in Arlington. Friday, Shreveport. Saturday, Lafayette. The following Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Birmingham, Alabama. The following week, Bryan College Station. The following week, Austin, Texas. Then I think it's Thanksgiving, which I'll be in Little Rock that Sunday. Los Angeles that Monday.
I'm impressed you know your schedule like this because I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Dude, brother, I got to know. I got to know where I'm going to be at. And so I'll be at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. I just got that gig
cool.
the other day.
I hear tons of stuff about the Comedy Store.
I'll be working with Jay Farrow, Chris Spencer, Earthquake, Faison Love, and it'll be me on the show.
Wow.
I get around.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah.
Which is why, man, listen.
Did I see like DC Young Fly in the Shreveport one?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I write for DC.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He seems like a crazy guy.
No, DC is actually real chill.
Chill? Yeah.
Man, he's super chill.
He just puts on a show then, huh?
He just puts on a great show, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be crazy all the time.
All the time,
you know what I mean?
That's wild.
You can't be crazy all the time. And so, as a comedian, I'm more observant. And more people would be like, just be funny. Listen, it's coming. Just give me a second. Like, and you get paid to be funny. So I'm not a, karaoke machine.
Do you ever, so I noticed that, like, cause I used to write music. I wrote for people too. And so is it ever hard for you to force creativity? Like, so you sit down, it's like, all right, I'm going to write right now. Do you do that, or do you you just try to let them come to you? But I mean, at some point you've got to sit down and be like, all right, we got to write a little bit.
Well,
how does that work?
The way I write for other people is they come to me and say, hey, I've got XYZ going on. I need jokes for this.
They give you like a premise?
Sometimes they'll give me a premise. If you give me a premise, then I'll bust out all the punchlines.
Yeah.
I'll take the story. What you've got to learn to do is you've got to learn to write in other people's voices. So you have to learn how to mimic people. So that you can, like, with Nephew Tommy, he has a certain cadence. And when I'll do, if you're going to be that way, there's Joel Osteen. You've got to be able to sound something like him. And so, in my head, I hear him. And even if it's not spot on, his cadence will come out however I need it, because I'm in my head, I'm him. Or maybe if I was Dr. King, I would stand there with Joe Teel and we would tell all of Liberty Islo, because I'm in that voice.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I write in DC Young Fly, bring that ass here, boy. I write in his voice because I can hear him. It's like crazy. I hear him in my head. So I'll take what I think you would say and I'll just jot it. And the whole time I'm writing, I'm literally writing with what I hear in my head that I think you would say. Nothing that I would say. Oh, he would say this. He would do this. He would do this. And usually it turns out right.
Yeah. So is there like an editing process? Like you show him what you wrote and they say,
yeah,
I like this. I like this. I don't like this.
Yes. And that's irritating.
I'm sure.
I do not. So, all right. So you write. So, when you write it, you're like, this is gold.
Oh, definitely.
And then they go, no. You're like, no, idiot. You asked me to write it. If you could write it, you would have did it.
I have a guy that I write for like consistently. And it's because I don't do music very much anymore.
Okay.
But this is like one of my last gigs that I still do musically. I write for a guy. This guy has a specific lane, has a specific crowd.
Yeah.
And he does numbers and it's cool.
Uh-huh.
And so, but it's like he'll have like the idea for one line.
Yeah.
But there'll be too many words or not enough words. And then I like kind of doctor up each line.
I know what you mean.
And then like you're saying, I try to get into, mimic. And then like I'll have him even say, I was like, well, say the line how you were saying it. And he would tell it to me. And I'm like, all right, well, let me tweak it like that. And then I'll record it in my voice.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll just like send him a demo. And I guess he just goes to the house and listens to that shit over and over again.
And you have to like, what I do is I'll either sit on the phone with you or you'll bring me on the road with you. And while we're on the road, we're working on
kind of like rehearsing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to rehearse it with you. And sometimes their schedule doesn't allow for the full rehearsal, but I'm very like, hey, I'm telling you, say this. This is how this will be great. And it takes a while to build up that type of trust too.
Right.
Because it's their career. And of course they go, well, you don't technically have a name like that. We know you're funny, but you don't have a name. So sometimes for Nephew Tommy, it took a long time for him to trust me, but he's been calling me his writer for years, but he just got to the point to where he really trusts the things that I'm saying. So, I mean, it's cool to write for him, but yeah, I have to get in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever get lost in their character?
No.
No, you always never.
Nope.
Never.
I always bring it out. Yeah. Nope. No. I can't get lost in who you are. I like me too much.
Right.
It ain't conceit. Damn, I love me. I love me so I can never want to be you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like
Especially in a world full of people that are looking at other people like, damn, I wish I was them.
Yeah, I found peace in being me and being authentically me. And I love it. Absolutely love it. I don't try to make any qualms about it or try to make other people feel comfortable with the fact that I know exactly who I am. So
right. I'm trying to find like me, like in the podcasting deal, like because I listen to a ton of podcasts, and I don't want to turn into like
one of those guys,
like mini Joe Rogan or whatever, But I'm definitely influenced by them, and I'm learning their cadences and how they ask questions, how you get people to elaborate more, stuff of that nature. But I want this to be my deal, how I do it.
So you take and I akin a lot of things to sports. Kobe wanted to be just like Mike, but Jesus, he was Kobe, but he was just like Mike. It's all right to be like Joe. Dude, if he's got the best podcast, why not be like, why wouldn't you want to be like that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so what I did in comedy is I have guys that I really want to be like. I got tons of guys that I think the world of, and I look at them and I go, what do they do to make people laugh? This is how I've always seen comedy. When I watch comedy, I never smile. I'm always just looking with a straight face. And they go, you don't think that's funny? I go, yeah, no, it's funny. I just want to know, what did he do to make that person laugh? That's what I want. I want to figure that out.
Right.
And I start picking apart and picking people's game. I pick some from Bill Cosby. I pick some from Chris Rock. I pick some from Richard Pryor. I pick some from Kevin Hart. Some from Eddie Murphy. Some from George Carlin. Some from Larry the Cable Guy. You know what I mean? Like I got some from Slade Ham. They're guys that I just love. Chase DeRusso, Joe Coy. Guys that you've heard of, some that you've never heard of.
Right.
And you piece together all of that, and voila, you come up with who you are.
Yeah, comedy's wild because you get up there and you're like, that's one thing where like the response is crazy important.
It is.
And then the silence in there. So like if I'm up there with a band or something, the music can carry some of it, the environment can carry some of it. But like when you're on stage, you say something, you say like the punchline. If it doesn't hit, that's like the energy in the room. It doesn't like
it goes away.
Yeah. So
that doesn't happen often.
How do you combat that though? Like you say a joke, it misses, or does that just doesn't happen very often anymore?
It don't happen for me.
How did you deal with it in the beginning? You had to have bombed before. You've never bombed.
The first time when I told you about
that was a bomb. Huh?
Yeah, that I bombed then. I can count on one hand how many times it's happened. And it's a hard. I don't like the feeling.
Right.
I don't like the feeling. And so some people will say, oh, you're not trying if you ain't bombing. Oh, no. Trying and doing a great job at it. A lot of my friends, and this is how I get my friends and family in this area to keep coming back to see me, I don't tell the same jokes. A lot of people are trying to perfect one joke. I got a million of them.
Right.
I can go and talk about anything, and I just don't talk about the same stuff. Or if I am talking about the same thing, I have a different perspective on it. And so dealing with how you deal with a joke that doesn't hit, I will acknowledge it.
Do you try to fix it? How many times will you try to fix a joke before you say this is not it?
Oh, I don't try to fix it in real time. I don't try. All right, there's a person who's really good at that though, Chris Rock. Chris Rock is great at fixing a joke that does not work in real time. I don't know how he does it. He will tell a joke. If he doesn't get a laugh, he will retell the same joke. If he doesn't get a laugh, he will retell that joke until he figures out.
How did it? Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you're talking about in different ones or at the same
in that same setting.
Yeah.
Brother, I don't know how you did that.
Right.
Now, I've had a joke not work before, and I'm going to tell you, it is the elephant in the room. Acknowledge that. When you say what everyone's thinking,
it's kind of...
It's like an icebreaker. It makes people feel good, and they go, yeah, no, that wasn't one of your best ones. Give me another one.
Yeah.
And it's like Deion Cole. He goes up there with his notepad and he tells jokes, and he's reading off these jokes, and he looks at the audience for approval or disapproval. And if one doesn't go good, he goes, Yeah, I ain't like that one either.
Yeah.
And but the people
It's
appreciate
funny,
that. Yeah, so
I like when Shane. I like Shane Gillis a lot. Shane will go, "Oh, thought that'd be funnier,"
and it's not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Bert Kreischer, but like I just acknowledge the fact that the joke did not work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you get awkward about that, do you feel like they can feel your energy? Right?
They always feel your energy. They always feel your energy.
If you dip, they dip.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I was doing a show for Aflac, the insurance company in Houston. And this was around the time that Trump was first running for president. And this room of 300, 400 people at the Houston Improv was predominantly Fox News watchers. And at some point during the show, I felt like they were not laughing with me. They were laughing at me. And at that time, I was a school teacher. And I felt the energy shifting. And so I stopped and gave a history lesson. And then I got back to the jokes. I shifted all of the energy to where I wanted it at. I wasn't going to let you dictate. When I shifted the energy, I then went back into telling jokes and got a standing ovation. After the show, there's some older white gentleman, and he's out there greeting all the comics. He goes, "You did a damn good job. You were really good. And he got to me and he said, "You goddamn professional. I don't know how the fuck you lost us and fucking got us back. You goddamn professional, son. I don't know what the fuck you did. I didn't like most of it, but son of a bitch, you're funnier than shit. I ain't gonna kid you, man." Yeah. So sometimes you have to be okay with the uncomfortableness.
Right.
Be all right with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with silence. Silence means you're listening.
Sure.
A lot of people go, panic when silence happens. That means you're listening.
Yeah.
I got your full attention.
Yeah, you should. You don't want them yelling and shit that way.
Nah.
So how you deal with hecklers? Let's hit that because
I've changed over the years. I used to want to fight.
Yeah.
You want to know? Sorry. So one of the first times I had a heckler, I was married. I was in Houston again. Lots of my stuff came out of Houston. I was in this place called Greenspoint, but in Houston, everybody knows it as Guns Point.
Oh, shit.
And so we're at The Joint. That's the name of the place.
Oh,
The Joint. Yeah, The Joint Comedy Club. And there was a heckler. And boy, I was really on his ass. I was so funny. And he said, "All right, man, that's enough." And my mother-in-law is in the audience. My mother-in-law, my wife. And I said, "No, it's not enough." And I kept going. And this guy goes, "I told you that's enough." I went, "Nah, that's not enough." And I mean, I got the whole place laughing.
Rolling. Yeah, he finna shoot the club up.
That's exactly what happened. He went outside to go get a gun. The owner brought me a gun to the stage and said, "Hey, handle your business." I went, "What?"
What?
Yeah. So I've changed how I've handled hecklers over the years.
Yeah.
I've almost got into a fist fight in Memphis, Tennessee at Chuckles Comedy Club. But now what I've found is that the heckler wants to be a part of the show. So I do not try to make them feel bad. I make them feel good about whatever they're talking about. And I try to make them a friend versus an enemy.
That does seem smarter.
But you know what that takes? It takes time to get there.
Yeah.
When you're young and you think you can fight and whoop everybody, you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm too old now. I'd like to be your friend, sir.
Yeah, a lot of the people on the cruises, they just get drunk. They're just belligerent. And then there'd be some old fat lady in the crowd. Whoa! And he's like, "Oh, excuse me, fat lady. I thought I was doing a show."
Hilarious.
Stuff like that. And they kind of know how to diffuse those situations.
That's what you want to do. You want to diffuse as much as you can.
And still be funny, though.
And still be funny.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, you can be so mean that you'll lose the audience.
Yeah.
And they will turn on you. And so, yeah, you don't want to lose the audience. So I try not to go, "All right, fat person." I try not to.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard. But I've learned how to be very tactful.
We like to go to comedy shows. One of me and my wife's rules, though, is that we never want to sit near the front.
Why not?
Because we just don't want to sit. We don't want to be easy targets.
That's the best place to sit.
I don't care if they roast me, but she's not going.
Sit at the front. The next time I have a show in Shreveport, you're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all are sitting in the front.
Oh, no.
Tell your wife it's going to be fun. She's going to have a great time.
She'll get when other people get nervous or awkward, like it even she gets like secondhand nervous.
Really?
Like
hilarious.
You know, like the show Kill Tony. They're mean to them folks.
Yeah, they are.
And my wife will sit there and she'll just like we'll be in bed.
She's
I'm
cringing.
Laughing because I'm like, damn, they roast because they know what they're signing up for. I get it. You know what's coming.
You know what's
you coming up with Tony Hinchcliffe. He'll have some other killer up there with him. They're finna talk bad to you.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
are.
you signed up for.
And you got to be ready for it.
And then my wife is just like, and I'm just like, get him.
Open your eyes. Look at the blood and guts. Yeah. I mean,
but no, we typically don't try to sit at the front because
most people will tell me that, and I'll tell you, if I have people that are nervous about sitting in the front of the show, what I'll do is I want you to tell me that you're nervous, and then I won't pick on you. A lot of people are probably watching this going, he's fucking lying. To those of you who are thinking that, I'm sorry that I did you like that. But here's the thing. I want to make fans. I don't want to make you feel like you can't, you know what I mean? Sit in the front. And of course, I may ask an audience member a question. So this is what I do. You know, I don't do a lot of crowd work, but I may say, so Joe, let me ask you this right here. If you had da-da-da-da, what would you say? And I'll wait on your answer. And then I'm like, all right, I'll go from there. But the joke won't be on you, but you'll help me kind of tell the joke.
Right. I get that. There was a guy at the cruise ship. Sorry, this is just the freshest thing. I went like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And my buddy Tony that I was talking about, he was sitting in the back.
The funny guy.
Yeah, the funny guy. And the comedian asked something about what y'all do for work or something. And Tony yelled in the back, I work on gas pumps. Tony yelled something at first and then got his attention, which I was like, that's never a good idea.
Yeah.
But like this dude's next like 20 minutes were like on him.
Tony.
Yeah. Talking about the gas pump.
You can do it so easy, man. It's Nate Jackson is somebody who...
Is that the guy that does like pretty much predominantly crowd work?
Predominantly crowd work.
Yeah. I watched this whole last special deal.
Known Nate for almost 15 years, almost 20 years. Nate never did that when we started out. Nate saw Matt Rife doing it. Nate started doing it. Nate owns his own comedy club in Seattle, Washington. Nate's Super Funny Comedy Club. So he would just film himself doing it at his comedy club. That's how he got famous.
Yeah. I just watched the last deal he did. He just sits in a chair and points at people.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
A lot of people are so goofy, they'll give you the material.
They will. but now you got to be skilled enough.
Yeah. Not to take anything from him.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But most people are goofy like that. But it's still a skill. I will give him a skill set. It doesn't translate or transfer everywhere, but it's a great skill set. And if people are coming for that, they'll laugh at that.
Yeah, if he was to do a theater, he couldn't do crowd work.
No. Okay, so 50 Cent, you know, he's down in Shreveport now.
Right. Okay, so he opened a studio and all kind of shit.
50 got a lot of stuff down there. And
wasn't Hurricane Chris mad?
Hurricane Chris was definitely mad. Shouts out to G Unit, which I'm close to being a part of. I'll say that on here.
Sweet.
I think I can say that on here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'll say it like this right here. I will not show the camera, but I will show you.
Sweet.
What is that? That says what? That 50's promoter?
50 Cent promoter.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah.
He's his right hand man. It's about to be my manager.
Hell yeah.
So I'm saying that on here. Like it's a pretty big deal. But Nate did. 50 Cent had a comedy show down in Shreveport for the All Roads Lead to Shreveport weekend, whatever that weekend was. Nate didn't do well. There were almost Dave Chappelle opened up the show.
Wow.
That's how Katt Williams closed the show.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's pretty damn crazy, man.
Let's not go far. Let's help me remember Katt Williams because I want to get back on Katt Williams here in a little bit. But let's stay where we're at.
Okay, all right, I got you. Whenever we do get to Katt Williams, I will tell you everything you need to know. Everybody says that Joe is the man, and I believe, you know. All right, we'll go back. Andrew Schultz was on that show.
Oh, yes.
Matt Rife. You know, this was a star-studded show. DC Young Fly. There was so many people, but Nate did that show, and one guy, literally, I'm not exaggerating, there was one guy in the back of the room that stood up and said, "Hey, boo!"
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Do you know how bad
that would mess up the whole
to get booed by one person?
One dude, yeah.
I'm not talking about everybody. Yeah. He stood up so people could get his attention and was like, "Hey, boo."
Damn.
Oh, it's the worst.
Savage. Yeah,
that's the worst booing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I'd rather the entire group
Crowd
go
turn on you.
against me.
Yeah.
Not one guy.
One guy.
Hey. Boo.
Which is wild. That's wild activity.
Oh, yeah. That's very savage. Yeah, so it doesn't work everywhere, but crowd work can.
I can see how it goes wrong. Because you part of your act is relying on strangers.
Yeah,
they may not give you nothing.
Oh, they could say something about what brought you out here tonight. Well, my mom died, and so brother, and my friends wanted to cheer me up. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Matt is the best at the crowd work. He just did a whole special on Netflix over crowd work.
Right.
You know how hard it is to get two handicapped people hooked up to talk about them having sex? That's how good Matt Rife is. He's good at it.
Did he have a lady in a wheelchair, didn't he?
That's right.
I saw a clip of that.
Matt's dope. That's my little brother, man. I love you, Matt. That's my dog.
I saw him on the Are You Garbage podcast.
Yeah.
With Foley and the big guy. Foley. Him and the other guy, they had their podcast, Are You Garbage? They're from Philadelphia.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
They're two heavyset guys.
Yeah.
Foley and Kevin Wright. Kevin Ryan and Hank Foley.
Yeah.
And they had Matt Rife on there. And they do their podcast is funny. They get comedians on there and they try to figure out if you're garbage or you're
hilarious
or not garbage. And Matt was telling his story and it was like, they were like, dude, we can't tell. Like, we think you're garbage, but like there's some other parts of it like we can't tell. Like maybe not.
Hey man, those guys do they're uniquely them. And that's what you got to be.
Yeah, they go on tour and do like their podcast episode live on stage. Are You Garbage podcast on stage?
Skill that takes. That's kind of like the 85 South show. That's what they do with DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, Carlos Miller. They pretty much, do their podcast live, and it's a different skill set.
Yeah. It's there's a bunch, like, I don't know if you ever get in like Skank Fest or like
So, buddy of mine, we talked on the phone today. So I was supposed to do Skank Fest this past year, but I was in Belize. So Skank Fest just happened out in Vegas.
Right, yeah, in Vegas I've been keeping up with.
So next year I'll be on Skank Fest.
That's cool.
But my man Howard Hall was there, and he got to hang out with Bert Kreischer. But he got so many bookings from Skank Fest, he started giving me some.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Huge deal.
Big J. Ogerson, Dave Smith.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Luis Gomez? He's
man. I like Luis.
Yeah, he's wild.
I like Luis.
He is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Big J's weird. He's weird, man, but he's funny.
Big Irish J?
Yeah, but with Big J. Ogerson, he kind of goth.
Oh,
like big heavy set dude. Got
fella.
He's one of the, because the top three, the main skank dudes are Dave Smith. Dave Smith's hilarious, and he can do the political stuff too. He's real smart on that.
I don't get into politics either, but that's a whole nother deal. But
yeah.
Or at least I try to stay away from it.
Right. But their podcast is live. They just have this room full of people. They call it Legion of Skanks. It's just a room full of people, and they're just, they're smoking weed. They're drinking. It's just.
I learned of Skank Fest this year.
How'd you learn of it?
My friend Howard Hall.
Yeah.
I learned of Skank Fest through him, and he goes, Derrick, you want to do Skank Fest? Sure do. But it was during the time of that. I filled out my paperwork and all that, but I think it's a great festival to go to. It's an awesome festival. And I can't wait to do it again next year.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Katt. So this year, I knew 2024 was going to be wild. When Katt just came out.
Daddy wants to party and you got to tell him no. Yeah.
Didn't he call like how this year was going to go? That shit was insane.
He did.
It was like January 4th. I still remember. I'm like, damn, this year is going to be crazy. What is he talking about? Like, this shit is wild.
He did numbers, for him to call out Diddy. Now, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. But he wasn't telling the truth on that. Not the whole truth.
You don't think so?
No, I know so.
No, so, right.
I can break down where he was not telling the truth at. And then there were people that debunked certain things that he said. But because you're a fan of Katt Williams, you go, no. He was definitely telling the truth. He said everything he said on there was true. Okay, let's take one thing that he said on there. He said, Cedric the Entertainer is so not funny. He don't have one special on Tubi or Netflix. Did you hear me? Not one on Tubi or Netflix. He has a special on Netflix. That's just one thing. Listen, it's very minute, right?
Yeah.
It's very minute.
Yeah, but that kind of puts a hole in Like,
but people don't want to hear that. They love that. We love drama. We love controversy.
When I heard it, I was like, I was wondering. I'm like, I have no way to fact check half this shit, but it's just like, I wonder how much of this shit is true. We had a whole podcast episode making fun of it. We had a good time. We was laughing. Yeah, we had a blast. It was me, my boy Tony, and my buddy Luke. And I was like, bro, this is wild. But I had a feeling that he is a certain way.
What it is, I'll tell you what it is. You and I are both in this room, right? All right. You're looking this way. Even though you know there are two computers back there, two monitors right there.
Right.
You don't see them. There are certain things that both of us are going to see the same. But see, I see that red light and that speaker and that water bottle. You don't see all that. Right. Katt was only telling his perspective.
Right.
It didn't mean that it was 100% the truth. When you leave out shit or you omit certain things.
Right.
It's just your perspective. And it was hella funny now.
That was funny. It was funny. Shit. I couldn't turn the interview off. I had to watch.
He was shooting slow. And Earthquake can't read. Where did that come from? What? An Earthquake can't... Why would you say that? What bearing did that have on your interview? I thought that was tasteless. Because Earthquake is my friend.
Right, yeah. So you know these people. So this was different. I'm just a stranger watching him talk about random folks. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
I had literally just done a show with D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, Earthquake, Don D.C. Curry. Is that all? Yeah, we did New Year's in Houston. I just done a show with them for New Year's.
New Year's. Oh, wow. That's 4 days later. Yeah.
That's right. And so here I am, just doing a show with these guys. And then you're talking about them. The things he said about Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley did audition for the Katt Williams part in that movie. But when Katt did it, it was like, oh, dude, you're not that. You're this. There's nothing wrong with reading for the part. Everybody reads for a certain part, but you may not get that part.
Right.
So that's all Ricky was saying. So Katt was telling from his perspective, which it wasn't true. It just wasn't true. He's got in his contract that Ricky Smiley must wear a dress every time he does a movie. Come on, man.
That's weird.
It's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hollywood is a weird place.
What about Steve Harvey's hair? We're getting down deep in the weeds.
Come on, talk to me, baby. Steve Harvey is bald for a reason. Steve Harvey was the first man with a man unit. Let's say that. That was not his hair. Nobody's hairline is that straight. I got a haircut today. I didn't get any enhancements.
Right.
But I look good. But it ain't Steve Harvey line up good. I mean, it was a hairpiece. It's definitely a hairpiece. Cedric did not steal that joke from Katt. It was a different variation of a joke about being in a car that's like a spaceship. It's just a different variation.
Yeah.
He's stealing jokes. There's a lot of stuff in there that it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was I think that's just, it kind of set I don't know, I feel like it almost set the tone for the years. It just started going wild.
It did set the tone for the years.
People just started getting like, you know what, I'm going to tell what I got going on.
Brother. Hey, and I think some people should shut the fuck up. Yo, it's a lot of... think about this here. All at once, 120 people now want to tell us what Puff Daddy did to him. All at once. They came together. They've been having a reunion every year. Now they want to tell us all at once what Puffy did some freak. There's no crime in being a freak. He's a freak.
Yeah.
He's freaky. How many bottles of baby oil? 1,000?
Yeah.
It was laced with the date rape drug.
Yeah. Okay. So that's. I've done a little studying on Diddy. I think they because of how powerful he is, he probably won't. He'll get indicted, but I don't think he'll get like very much.
Oh, it's already an indictment.
Yeah, but he's in trouble. But I think.
You think he'll get off?
I think he'll get off.
I think he's gonna die.
I mean, he might Epstein him. Yeah, a lot of people tie him to that type of deal. It's that type of situation.
I think
where there was hidden cameras there was getting a way to get over on people and to.
Hey, Joe, they saying that he the reason that Jamie Foxx got sick.
Oh no,
Joe, it's deep, baby.
It's deep.
It's deep, Joe. Joe, it's deep, baby. I want no parts of it.
No, oh no.
I lived in L.A. There's a reason why I moved back. I lived there twice.
No thanks, huh?
No, have you ever been?
Been to LA?
Yeah.
I've been one time, and I didn't do none of those activities.
Let me tell you something, brother. They offer you everything.
Oh no.
You know, they used to lure kids into vans with candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Hollywood is, brother. They lure you in with the hopes of being this or being that, and with, oh, you're gonna, just come here. And there's an old white man, and he loves to be touchy-feely. You ever had these old white men be touchy-feely with you? They're touchy-feely. And they want to rub your hand.
I ain't trying to get rubbed though.
And while you're standing next to them, they're introducing you to somebody who you really look up to. They're just patting you in the back. He's an old white man, and he's just patting you in the back, and his hand is going down your back, and it, kind of touches your butt a little bit, and you just like, man, this old white man touchy-feely. But then the white man, he's just, hey, come with me. And he grabs you by the hand, and he's, introduced. But you're looking at him like, this is a grandpa. He cannot possibly be, trying to hit on me, but he's really moving you around like you're his girlfriend. And then you guys sit down. And when you sit down, he touches your thigh, and he's telling, brother, it's deep. He touches your thigh, and they offer you different movie roles. Would you like to? Do you want to be in movies? I can get you in movies while he's touching your thigh. And it's not a sexual touch yet. It's a little uncomfortable.
That's
but
sexual enough for me. You got the that little touch.
Hey, brother, it happens.
I'm sure.
It happens. It happens. I had to leave.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because first off, I've not done anything immoral or compromised my integrity to achieve any success that I've achieved. And so it's taken me a lot longer to get to where others got a lot faster. And sometimes God does bless some people a lot faster, but Satan also sends out blessings too. And so some of these people got what they got, and now they're getting what's coming to them.
Oh no. Not the no Diddy.
Brother, no Diddy. Hey man, Joe, Hollywood is a weird place, brother.
Yeah, I've been hearing. So no, I don't want to be nowhere near Hollywood.
They offered me a gay role.
And you was like,
I didn't take it.
Yeah.
I could have been in movies and stuff, but I can't.
Power's a weird thing, and then humans aren't meant to have like that much sway over other things, because we always we corrupt pretty much everything, right?
Absolutely.
But if you give someone that type, like I'm a movie director, I'm choosing who gets to get in this movie. Like most of them, they're like, oh, she ain't gonna do this for me. I'll go find this other young lady that'll do this for me, and now she's the lead actress.
Think about what Jerry Jones said to that guy the other day.
Oh my God!
See what I'm saying? If you're not gonna ask me the questions that I want you to ask me,
that shook me up,
brother. I want you to know that this happens all the time.
Right? Yeah.
That happens. That type of nepotism happens.
You think that's how the news is how it is? Like, did you just ask that question out of pocket? We will replace you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that has
Jerry, and I don't think people realize Jerry opened up that can, and nobody's really looking at what he said. This was in front of people. But see, Jerry's 82. He's becoming a tad bit senile. He's not going to admit it, nor are others. But Jerry, what you've been doing, now you're saying it publicly.
Oh, he's been doing that for years.
He's been doing.
Ask me this question. Ask these questions, or I'll find somebody else. That line was crazy. I'll find somebody else to ask me questions.
And the guy shut up, didn't he?
What can you say?
What? So this is what happens, and why certain people make it in Hollywood, and why certain people don't. Which is why, to get back to where we were at, Katt Williams. That's why it's looking like he's a prophet. He looks like a prophet with the things that he said, and how Hollywood is a weird place. There's a lot of lies being told, but it's all coming out now.
Right.
God, and I hate it. I hate that some of the people that people looked up to, people are now telling stories about. I say, see something, say something. When you see it then, say it then. That's why I'm not really in agreement with people waiting 20 and 30 years. And
do you feel like it's a safety thing, though? Do you feel like, now's the time to talk about P. Diddy's in jail? Because he's dangerous. He's confirmed that that he is dangerous, the type of power he has. There's also some cases like where they had the bodyguard kill that dude in the bathroom and shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is not a safe guy. This is not somebody that you just feel comfortable saying, "Hey, this is what happened to me."
By the way, I am not in any way. No, I'm just,
No.
Joe, I mean, it could be a safety thing.
Right, because I think that's kind of what happened. Like, so you think about the Nickelodeon documentary that came out this year. That was another one.
Brother, they don't talk about that.
A lot of them kids ain't said nothing up until now, but maybe when you see, I do get worried that when the door gets open, there are people that like nothing happened to them and they're like, well, here's my story, and they want to get involved, you know. But there's definitely some kids that when that door got open, they were like, no, I need to.
That's right. There are some people that during this movement, they need to get this off their chest.
Right.
They've been hurting for years, and you wonder why they turn to drugs or alcohol. And then some people turn to same-sex relationships. And I'm not dogging same-sex relationships. What I'm saying is they've been accustomed to it since they were children. And it's not even, they don't even know the difference. They don't know. So they turn to that. I believe that those people need to be heard. But I don't think everybody telling the truth. That's the only problem, man. You got some people that's just crying wolf. And then you got some that are making up stories. There was one woman who offered her ex-boyfriend a 6-figure deal to corroborate her story about Puff Daddy. You know what I mean? So it's hard to believe everybody.
Right.
It's just hard to believe it. I don't think it's 120 people. Out of 120, it's going to be 17 that's probably really telling the truth.
Yeah, but that's just too many.
That's too many?
Yeah, that's too many. Yeah, especially if there's like minors involved.
Oh, my God.
If this is that type of deal, which...
You know they're saying CPS is involved?
I'm sure.
That CPS provided the kids?
Oh, no.
Joe.
Oh, I thought you meant CPS was like on the case. You saying, no, they was involved.
Joe.
Oh, no.
Joe.
That's not good.
Joe is deep, baby.
Yeah.
CPS provide it allegedly provided. Damn.
It's like the Epstein stuff. Like the Epstein, like they've confirmed that like some of them girls was like 14.
Hey, man. So, all right.
That has to be like the most evil thing in the world, right?
All right. It is evil. So you remember the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, Donald Sterling.
Yeah, the old dude, he'd be in the crowd going nuts.
Yeah. So Donald Sterling had the girl who recorded him saying bad things about black people, and he was like, "You bring those black people to my games." So Donald Sterling was basically kicked out of the NBA. They forced the sale of his team. Now it's to Steve Bowman, I think his name is. He worked with Microsoft or something like that. Anyway, Donald Sterling, what happened to him with that lady is what happens in Hollywood all the time. Old men take young women fresh out of high school. That's who they sleep with until that girl is then too old. And too old is like 27.
And then they went to go find another high school girl?
That's right. They give him a severance package, which that's what he was trying to do with her. Here's the car that you want.
I'll just pay him off.
Absolutely.
Go do something else.
Here's $1 million in your account. You've served me well. Here's $1 million in your account. Here's a G-Wagon. Here's a Ferrari. And here's a condo. Hollywood's a weird place, brother. And
well, with that, back to the Epstein stuff, I don't want to hang on too long, but they came out with this fund that's coming out of the Epstein estate where they're people can take a settlement, and a lot of the to stop the actual stuff from getting out. A lot of these young like ladies have took like these huge settlements, and it's just like,
hey man, I took some money from mesothelioma.
Did you really?
No.
I'm about to say,
but I would have if they'd offered it to me. Hell yeah, baby, I got mesothelioma.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it is. I think it's only something white people get. I don't know if y'all get it, but damn, y'all did.
That's worth a Google. Somebody out there,
mesothelioma. No, but I mean, listen, brother, they don't want this stuff out.
Yeah,
don't nobody want this information out. You don't want people seeing your dirty drawers, do you?
Yeah, this guy, I was listening to him on a podcast. He was giving the P. Diddy Epstein breakdown. That's why it's all fresh on my brain.
Yeah.
And he was like, there was this other guy, Franklin, that was a bad dude or whatever. Yeah. And he's been trying to turn this into a documentary.
Yeah.
He can't get nobody to buy it. And Joe, and who was he on? He wasn't on Joe Rogan. He was on Sean Ryan. Anyway, Sean Ryan was like, yeah, dude, they're not going to put out their dirty laundry.
No,
Nobody's going to buy your documentary talking about how shitty y'all are.
Hey, man, listen. What's the difference in Puff Daddy and Hugh Hefner?
Probably.
Those girls were super young. And Hugh was, what was it, 125? He was 125 years old?
No, he wasn't that old.
136. He was 182.
Yeah.
However old he was old, man.
Yeah.
Young girls.
Yeah.
And this was a sexy thing.
I'm surprised they hadn't turned that into... I'm sure there's a documentary out there. There's got to be a...
Brother,
there had to be... You can't tell me that everything's on the up and up there at the Playboy Mansion.
There's nothing on the up and up about Hollywood. You'll see this different circles as you grow.
Right.
In this business, there are going to be people that want what you have. They're going to want your podcast. You're going to get better. You're going to get more famous. You're going to have bigger clients that come on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so people are going to look at you and go, Joe, we like what you're doing. We'd love to have this old white man. Definitely want Joe. He's giving you. You already want a bigger podcast, right? Here comes this old white man. Joe, you don't want it that bad?
Not
hey,
that bad.
Joe, I got a check right here for you. $275,000. Hey, I'm just gonna sit there right there. Come here, Joe. And he's gonna grab your hand. He's just gonna leave. But he's an older white dude. He's like a grandpa.
We're gonna grab that check and run.
Brother, look here. Hey, man, Whitney gonna be over there like, Joe, you like, give me a second, baby. Just go see your grandpa once. Oh, brother, it can be weird. That's why a lot of people remain in this area. And I don't blame people for living in this area. I don't blame them at all. It's weird out there in the rest of the world, brother.
Yeah. So do you think that's all the big cities? You think it's a city thing, or is it just those hot spots like New York, Los Angeles?
It's a Hollywood type of thing.
Oh, just
you know how you said power?
Yeah.
Some people, it's a power thing.
Mm.
I think that it happens. It probably does happen in Texarkana. There.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, that can go as simple as just your boss. Yeah. You got to think of how many bosses throughout time have took advantage over somebody.
Yeah.
In different ways, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Bad as that.
That's right.
Fleshes out. You know.
I mean, and people sleep with their bosses all the time.
Yeah.
And some people do it for favor. Some people do it because they genuinely fell in love. But how do you know the difference?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some women like power. Some people, some
women love power.
Sometimes they like when it's not right.
Women love
but I think guys do too, though. Yeah, they have to stay real.
Women love men who are in powerful positions.
Yeah. And they also love people that work at the damn gas station.
They damn sure do. They love them. Why, I don't know, but they love them. Think about Donald Trump is not a handsome man. I'm not dogging his brother. He's not handsome. He may be charismatic.
Right.
But he's powerful.
Powerful. That's a whole different ballgame.
It's a whole different ballgame. It makes you sexier. Chris Rock was ugly as Pookie in New Jack City. Chris Rock kind of cute today. That money and that power, baby, can do something for you. It just does.
Man. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so I know we went off and, we started with the Katt Williams thing, but, and I jumped into this whole other, but seriously, it's a lot. It's weird. It's weird out there. Katt wasn't totally wrong, but he was definitely
wrong in some places. Yeah,
a lot of places. Yeah.
So where do you see your career going? What's your next goals? What's your next 5-year goal?
It's a good question. That's a very good question. And in 5 years, I will be headlining in comedy clubs consistently, and that's a 1-year plan right now. But in 5 years, this is going to be consistent sellouts across the country. And it will come not because of my social media presence, but because of word of mouth. There are going to be some things that I'm doing with certain people, like 50 Cent in Shreveport, that's going to garner me the attention that I need throughout the rest of the country, which I'm already working on that. I have meetings about that on tomorrow to get me into those comedy clubs. But in 5 years, my main thing that I want to do is be in comedy clubs across the country every weekend. I'm doing shows, but there's like somebody renting out a building and like, man, we want to do a comedy show. I'm funny like that. Or I'm touring with somebody else. Like I go on tour with Jimmy O Yang next year. I tour with Nephew Tommy. I tour with DC Youngfly. I don't want to tour with those guys. I love them. Don't want to tour with them anymore. I want my own.
Right.
That's 5 years. I want my own.
Yeah. And that's a good goal.
Yeah, man. You want to have goal. You want to, a lot, everybody's not meant to be the man. Scottie Pippen is a great number 2.
Yeah.
He's probably the greatest teammate ever. But
well, he talked to the damn Jordan, the LeBron folks. They'll tell you that Scottie Pippen was the reason Jordan was everything he was and all that. Yeah, well, the argument.
So look, I ain't a hater of any of those guys, right? Scottie Pippen allowed Michael Jordan to be as selfish as he was.
Definitely.
But Jordan held his own too. Now we can't take away from Mike. Now Mike was Mike. Now Mike was Mike before Scotty came along. Scotty helped Mike win.
Yeah,
which is why he's the greatest teammate, because he helped him win. And so that's why your wife is going to be your greatest teammate ever. She's going to help you win.
Yeah, we've been together for 2000. We got together in 2012.
Oh, okay,
and
12 years in,
and we got married in 2016.
Okay,
yes, we've been married for a long time.
You don't even look old enough to be married.
I am 30.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old did you think I was?
24.
Oh, hey, we take that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Joe, this may sound racist, but for a white dude, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, white people be aging, man.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like bananas.
Like bananas.
They age like, you doing great.
Hey.
I kid you not. And even, let's say, because I figured maybe he's letting his hair grow on his face. And dude, if you cut your hair off your face, dude, I swear you would look
25.
Oh, brother, easily.
I do a lot of extreme stuff. I do a lot of running. I do a lot of
your skin looks great. You look in great health.
I try to take care of myself. So yeah,
brother, you look fresh out of high school. That ain't no joke. But you know, I would love to see Texarkana grow in the arts.
Yeah,
because what I do, I take it seriously. I'm very artistic, and I'm. Who was it? It wasn't Lauryn Hill. It was Erykah Badu who said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Which I'm extremely sensitive, which is why I don't like performing in Texarkana.
Yeah. So you don't, is there nobody's on deck right now? Nobody's in that runner-up spot to
take over in comedy-wise?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a Facebook comedian. We're talking about stand-up. So comedy comes in different forms now.
Yeah, we've been talking about stand-up. Which is different, for sure.
Grab the microphone, stand flat-footed.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I don't know of another comedian here in town.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this, because I know more than likely local people watch this.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a local guy right now, a local girl, I want to do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice? How do they get into it?
Oh man, I do got my man. Let me say that because I'm wrong. Joe Lichenwalter.
Joe Lichenwalter. He's my dude. All right. Joe is probably gonna watch this. So Joe's one of my guys, man. He does comedy. So Joe, I apologize. I wasn't thinking. But if there's somebody who wants to do comedy, my advice, I part on a comedy club in Shreveport. The LOL Comedy Lounge is at 618 Commerce Street. On Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, we do an open mic night. That allows you to be able to get into the comedy club on the weekend, possibly. I would say shoot your shot, go down there to the LOL Comedy Lounge and perform on a Wednesday night. Or you can do Words Over Latte at the same place on Monday nights. How long is the set?
Oh, whenever you go on Wednesday night, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes.
Right, cool.
Yeah, most people need to write in 5-minute increments in order to get to their funny. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So if you want to do comedy, I would suggest that.
So sorry, because it seems like most comedians do start with open mics, right?
They do. That's exactly where you need to start.
Yeah.
A lot of, it's funny, a lot of comedians, that when they're starting out, they'll go, Derrick, hey, hook me up with your manager. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You haven't earned it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I was listening to a guy, who was this? No, this was Rogan the other day, talking about people blowing up off TikTok for music. And he was talking to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll.
I love that dude.
Yeah, Jelly Roll's cool. Jelly Roll was saying, look, man, I've been doing that, because he's been down for a long time. Right. Years. He's 38 and just won Artist of the Year. And he said, I see these guys blow up on TikTok, and then they have a TikTok song, but then you put them on a stage in front of 38,000 people, and they've never been in front of 300 people. And it shows.
It does show.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to show. I've been doing this for a long time. You can't find a situation where you're going to catch me being uncomfortable or where I can't handle it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is why I'm good over there with my man Roger at Redbone in front of typically an all-white crowd.
Right.
My jokes don't change because I'm talking directly to whites or blacks or to Asians when I'm on tour with Jimmy. But that takes a lot of repetition, takes a lot of times getting on that stage. And you don't know that about yourself unless you've been in those situations.
Right.
You can't just pick up the mic one day and go, hey, I performed in my aunt's backyard at our family reunion. I'd like to go on tour with you. It does not work that way.
Right.
You got to earn your stripes, man. Go through some stuff. I've been through some horrible stuff in comedy. that when they took me out on the road, we used to perform. I think the worst place I performed at was a Taco Bell in Nacogdoches.
Oh no,
dude! It is something. It's something when you're in the middle of one of your best jokes and the dude goes, "Excuse me, brother, can I get to the Mountain Dew?" Yeah, my bad, man. And you got to move out of the way.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's where that's character building moment.
It is.
That's the repetition.
It is, which is why I don't feel like I owe Texarkana anything to fight with them, to come and see me express my art. I've done all the fighting. I'm over 20 years in. And if you can't come and enjoy a show, so a lot of people think they got to help you or that you owe them something for coming and say, no. The people that you love to see, I write for them. Half of Texarkana will leave here and go see DC Young Fly in Shreveport, not knowing that I wrote half them damn jokes.
Right.
But I'm right here. So, if there's a comic that wants to do it, I say do it. I think they should team up with you and come and, do your podcast before I do it. I might become a co-host with you.
Oh, you want to do the comedy podcast?
I want to do your podcast, period. Me and you. I've wanted to do one with Roger Shepard for the longest called The Black and White of Things.
Yeah, there we go.
I really do because, I love everybody. But I know that we have different perspectives at times.
Right.
And I want to show, because Roger and I are friends, I want to show that you can have a different perspective with someone of a different race and from a different, we come from two different worlds, different demographics, and still be friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's a staunch Trump supporter, and I can't stand Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, he was giving me the whole spiel.
I love Roger, though.
Is at the end of the episode.
Jesus. Roger, why are you like this? But he's my friend. I went to his mom's funeral. You know what I mean? Like, that's my friend. And he's opened his doors to me generously. He and his wife, two of the greatest people that I know here in Texarkana, Roger and Debbie. I mean, they are phenomenal. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd rather do comedy where everybody comes out, brother.
Yeah, I understand.
Black, white, everybody.
Yeah, we are. So my first swing at like the comedy type stuff, like I don't think I'm built to be like a stand-up comedian, but I think I can do this and be funny and
you're
have a good time. Appreciate that.
You got a great personality. You smile. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've got a good smile. You got great eyes. Your eyes are inviting.
Easy.
Talk about it, baby. And so, these are things that you pick up on whenever I pay attention to. You got great character. You're not afraid of the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had a show called Addicted to Arguing.
Addicted to Arguing?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yes, and it was great. And
okay.
It still has potential. I still have the YouTube channel. We did 35 episodes. I did one with like half with one guy, half with another guy.
Okay.
It's just hard to get people to like podcast because I podcast like because I have I do this full time without it being a full time thing. Like,
you want to know why it's difficult? That's not their passion in life.
Yeah.
That's not what they want to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to beg someone to do something that they want to do.
That's true.
You don't. You don't have to pull their... They want to do... Nobody has to ask you to put these lights up, which you've done it. I mean, it's shitty outside, but in here...
Oh, yeah. Outside is trash, dude. It's trash.
Dude, I thought... I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't never met Joseph. He was like, yeah, in this dark road right here.
Yeah, just turn in here and tell this big gate with barbed wire on top.
Really, brother? We never met. I got my gun. I get okay then, brother. But, I mean... You do all this on your own.
Yeah.
There's nobody has to tell me that I need to get up and write jokes or find new shows. I do it because it's my passion. It's what I want to do. So those people that you're looking at around here, you're over here pulling teeth, and it's frustrating because you're by yourself. And you don't want to feel alone in this. You want to feel like you got a partner.
Yeah.
Your wife is supportive, but this ain't her deal.
Right. That's 100% true.
She's your teammate.
Yeah,
you know
that's my best friend, but this
ain't for her. And so you need somebody else who's not afraid to speak, who wants to do it, who helps you be creative.
Yeah.
And you have to be in a creative space. But people flake on you all the time. I know how it is, brother.
Yeah. I don't want to stop the comedy podcast.
Yeah.
I love because I want to talk shit.
Well, when we gonna do it?
Like we can set it up.
All right, let's do it.
We can set it up. We can keep Addicted to Arguing going.
Let's do it.
Yeah, if you could do it weekly.
Can I do it? Not only can I, but yes, I will.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, I've always been this way to want to work with others.
Yeah.
Listen, there's not a too big or too small. Let's go to work.
Yeah, I would. That's awesome. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I miss talking shit because like in these interviews, it definitely depends on who I'm talking to. Also,
right.
I got to like with you. I know I can bullshit. We're having fun. But like sometimes I interviewed a professor the other day. That was cool.
So you want to pull it back and be a little more serious.
Yeah, and so I have to match the vibe of the guest.
Yeah.
But like on that other show, it was just like, we're in here talking shit. Let's try to laugh. Let's try to have fun.
Yeah.
And I miss it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I want to give some advice to comics because I don't want them to call me. I'm not going to mentor anybody right now.
Right.
I'm in a very selfish stage. You have to know who you are. Again, I'm very selfish at this moment. Although I'm giving, I'm also selfish. I'll give you some advice. When you get on the stage, one thing you should do is you should smile at the audience. Every time I've smiled at you, you smiled back tonight. It's natural that when you smile, typically people want to smile. Hi. They can't help it.
I've had guests that just sit there. Like when you talk.
And then what are you doing?
You have to sit. Yeah. It is about matching the.
You have to, they're going to match your energy.
For sure.
They're definitely going to match your energy. So if I sat here all serious, you would have changed your mood because you'd be like, this dude's a jerk. That's what you're thinking. And then you're like.
Well, sometimes I know, like some people really have, I mean, that is kind of their, like they've accomplished a bunch of shit. They take themselves serious, which is, I'd still think you need to make fun of yourself.
Oh, you
know what I mean?
Oh, you do.
But I, like you say, you match the vibe. I could tell someone's serious. All right, this is a serious interview.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't take, there are people that it's their job to be serious. That's not my job.
Yeah, that's literally not your job.
It's literally not my job. I do Michael Collier's podcast. I don't know if you know who Michael Collier is. He's the, I think the second ever host of Def Comedy Jam or the third.
Oh.
It was Martin Lawrence, Joe Torre, who's a friend of mine, Michael Collier. I do his podcast at least once a week. We had a very viral moment. And when I'm on there, I'm not serious. It's not my job to be serious.
Right.
That's the job of the guest. My job is to make you laugh. I have to know what your job is. Yeah, I'm not the preacher. I'm just,
All my viral podcasting moments, though, I say viral, like get a million views on TikTok or get like a couple 100,000 every once in a while. It doesn't happen very often. It never happens on the interviews. It's always from all my clips that take off are literally the dumbest shit we've ever said in here.
Really?
Every time.
Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would love to.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I've been looking for somebody to podcast with.
Yeah, I would, and I do this.
I'm down for it.
I'm like
every week.
Yeah. I did 35 episodes. So I started in January or like the end of December last year.
Okay.
Last year.
All right.
This will be episode 61 of this show. And I did 36 episodes of the other one. I'm getting close to 100 episodes this year.
So you ready to really, really, really take it to a whole nother level?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
I'd podcast. I do this. I know it's a different.
No. I saw some of your stuff. I studied you a little bit too.
You said?
Yeah.
I've had some cool guests, man. I don't know.
They've been all right.
They all right. They cool.
No,
I forgot I'm in the greatest interview.
I'm joking, people. I'm joking. No. You should think that you are the greatest, but you have had some really cool guests, and I never want to minimize any. And I'm only joking, people. I never want to minimize anybody else's greatness and your success or your level of success in whatever field that you've been in. You know what I mean? And so, now you've had some cool guests. Who's your favorite guest? Or not favorite, but one of the more memorable.
There's a guy right here named Chase Livingston.
Okay. Never heard of Chase Livingston.
Chase Livingston is like a motivational speaker.
Okay.
He's all over the place. Just, you can't talk to this guy without his energy. Like you know, have we been laughing, smiling the whole time?
Yeah.
This dude, like, encourages people. Like, you cannot leave the room from him without just being like, yeah, let's go knock this shit out. Like, so I enjoy talking to him.
Okay.
The guy that runs Cake House, Brennan Stovall. It's like a hippie dude.
I know, brother. Listen, I love him.
Dude, we talked for 2 hours about, I brought him back a second time and I said, dude, I'm not even interviewing this time. Let's just talk conspiracies. So we did conspiracy theories for like 2 hours. I had a blast.
He's such a good spirit.
Yeah, he is. He's like
just his spirit.
Woosah type dude.
Yeah. Woosah type dude. I love his spirit. I love Brennan.
then I like talking to Morgan Smith. Morgan Smith is a Texarkana Game Day guy.
Texarkana Game Day.
And like so I bring him in. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about Texarkana Game Day.
I don't think Morgan likes me anymore.
Really?
Nope, Morgan doesn't like me anymore.
Uh-oh.
I got fired from Texarkana Game Day twice. What's up, Morgan?
What'd you do? You just...
Speaking the truth.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
He's got sponsors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so...
And these people do not... And I mean, it is what it is.
That's how the world works, though. That's how how media is so dangerous because like the sponsors hold the... You can't talk like the news. We don't trust the news because they can't talk about the people that pay them.
That's right. Which is why I want a podcast. I want to be able to be free with my expression.
Yeah.
And I'm a free thinker and I don't do what you say do. I would have told Jerry Jones to kiss my ass that day.
Yeah. Just got fired.
I just got fired from my job at the radio station.
Yeah.
I've been around that station since I was 14 years old.
That's the local station?
That's right. I'm not biting my tongue for anybody.
Right.
I don't, and I'm not over here saying that I'm better than you or anything like that, but I'm certainly not going to bite my tongue on the things that I feel are important or need to be said. I will say those things.
Radio stations they pretty much work off of like the advertising, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it that type situation where you can't really, you have to be careful about what the advertisers like? Is it that type of situation? I don't know.
To a degree, right. Yes. But of course, if you've been doing it long enough, man, you know how to work around that.
Yeah.
Or say, but I'm not a person that's just going against the grain so much that I'm on air going, you know what, church is chicken, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that type of deal. Shouts out to churches, you've helped me out. But I mean, it's just a situation where if I see some bullshit going on, I'm going to call it out.
Right.
And it's usually personal shit.
Mm.
And what I mean by personal shit, black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if black people are bullshitting, I'm going to say something to black people. If white people are bullshitting, I'm saying something. But it's not I'm not over here blanket statementing, I hate black people or I hate white people or none of that. But I'm calling a spade a spade.
Right.
And I think there's nothing wrong with calling a spade if your heart is in the right place. My heart has always been in the right place. I don't mix my words, but I'm going to say what needs to be said. I'm bold.
Yeah. Which we probably could use more of that.
I think we should have more of it. And you can't be so sensitive that you don't want people to hurt your feelings with what they say.
Yeah, in the back of my head, I'm always like, this new sensitive area is so weak. Shit is weak.
They are super weak.
Weak. I have a fucking dude. When I just think of my upbringing and how, like,
seriously,
like my military stuff, I'm like, bro, like, no, you can get broke and it'll make you better and it'll be okay.
It will be okay. Fuck over it. Yeah, man, I think we are way too sensitive. You know what I mean? It's just, and we're gonna continue to pacify. We're pacifying. There's a difference in sensitivity and being disrespectful. I don't disrespect anybody, but I don't think you should be so goddamn sensitive about the things I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it in a manner in which is going to make you fight but the things that I say, it should be in a manner in which is going to make you think. And that's what I do. I try to make you think whenever I say things. So.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, not trying to be. Yeah. Sorry, I had a call and I was trying to take it real quick while I do this podcast.
Oh, you're good.
Therefore, no, it's all right. I'm just letting, hey, I'll call you back and start once I get done podcasting. I'm all right, bye-bye. Yeah, I just had to take that call. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
My child, he thinks he owns me. But
my kid, how old are your kids?
Okay, so I've got Caleb is now 15. Jesus Christ.
How does that feel to say your child's fit? I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I have no idea.
I wanted to tell you he was 14 and I went, no, idiot, he's 15. How does it feel? My son's got muscular dystrophy. And the truth of the matter is my baby, the type he has is Duchenne's. Duchenne's is the most common form of muscular dystrophy amongst boys. And it is also the most deadly. And so how does it feel to have a 15-year-old? It feels amazing because, sometimes the doctors say you ain't supposed to be here. and he is. So it feels amazing. You know, I've got a great son. My son is an AB honor roll student. He's in and muscular dystrophy affects your memory. He's in the band. He's a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a super cool dude. He's just a respectful human. He's just a good dude. And so, yeah, it feels great to say I have a 15-year-old.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not one of those parents who don't, I love my baby.
Yeah, I love my kids. I love my kids so much, dude. Like, yeah,
I love it, dog.
I love my kids, bro. I can't.
So you haven't got to the space where you ready to say, man, fuck them kids.
We didn't take them on a cruise, so that was my
Good.
that was my catchphrase for the whole week. When
Fuck them kids.
my wife would be like, I wonder how they're doing. I say, fuck them kids.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was a 7-day cruise. I ain't gonna lie, on day 5, I started thinking,
You missing them.
and I was like,
You big pussy. You're missing the kids.
on day 5.
All right. I give you that. You're supposed to miss them sometime.
Yeah. But no, I love them. Like,
Yeah.
I like we're not on the tablet wave or none of that. We're in the yard. I like to so I do a lot of outdoor stuff.
Good.
I like to do a lot of like backpack camping, like bushcraft stuff. So like
They need that.
So I take them outside. I make fire with like flint and steel, and like
They need that.
I get them to put stuff on the fire and stuff like that. And
They need that.
I call them yard babies. They just run around. They don't act good in public, like because they're used to the yard. But they're
hilarious. Yeah. They're 4 and 2, man.
Yeah, and they just all they do is hang out in the yard. And I take them to the restaurant, and they're like, "Yo, this shit is not the yard."
That's good stuff.
Yeah, they want to run around tables and
That is good stuff. I love that.
yeah. But no, they're good kids.
Good, man. Listen, you know what? Kids are supposed to act like kids.
Yeah.
A lot of people see kids and they're like, oh, they're kids.
You know what I hate?
What's that?
I hate when old people that you know have had kids before, you know their kids were little shit ass
Shitty kids.
2,
Yeah, that's
3-year-olds.
right. Yeah.
And they like pretend like your kids are like fucking their day up. Like, bitch, I know you. I know you had badass kids at one point.
I know you did. You got to remind those old people.
Yeah.
You got to remind, when those old people come in your life, you got to remind them. And whenever they come to you, Mr. and Mrs. John HQ, how's your son Daryl? Is he still in prison?
Yeah.
You've got to remind them. Is your daughter? She's still out there on crack? I'm just wondering.
You're
You
looking
have
at
to.
my 2-year-old right now. I'm trying
Yeah. I want to know. Hey, do you got any parenting advice? Yeah, because your baby ended up in the pen. How long's he got left? Yeah, don't act like you're too righteous, baby.
Yeah, you got to straighten that shit out.
Yeah, man. I love to see kids be kids. It's one of the greatest things. I love the reason I love seeing them be kids because I know the innocence and the joy of childhood. And I never want to see that leave a child.
I miss it.
You miss it?
Hell yeah.
I don't know at what age I lost my innocence, though. I don't know when I lost my innocence.
How would you define that?
Not knowing of, I guess for a term, I'm a church boy. I know it's unbelievable. My father was a pastor. In terms of not knowing sin.
Right.
In terms of not being affected by the ills of the world. Not knowing adult issues. Just being free.
When you say all that, I just remember not knowing about the bills, and that was the coolest shit ever.
You know, I never knew my parents had income tax money. I didn't know what that was.
Oh yeah,
And if they got it, they didn't share that with us.
no
Kids today go, my mama getting an income tax. What? You've lost your innocence. You don't I think that kids should love the Tooth Fairy. They should love Santa Claus. They should love dressing up for Halloween. They should love field day at school. They should love playing outside and little boys should, this is because I'm such a man. The little boys should not look at holding another little boy's hand and go, that's gay. I never said that shit.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that but it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we didn't think like that.
You never thought like that. Where a little boy can play with a doll. I don't recommend it, but it's, kids eat popsicles and adults sexualize the shit. Because, damn, she gonna be just like her mama. You know?
What an awful thing to say.
Oh, but there are people that do it.
That's like a red flag for me.
But I think that all of that, like whenever a child still has their innocence, they can do all that shit.
Never think of
Yeah, freely.
Yeah.
Whenever it's people that have warped minds. When I just love to see innocence, brother.
Yeah, I like those memes that be like, I used to dream about being an adult. Now look at me.
Oh man, God, I'm at the age now where whenever I go to the doctor, they go, "Have you fallen?" And my answer is usually yes. Brother, listen here, Joe. You're gonna get to the age where you just fall, brother.
Just going up,
brother. I can't tell you why I fail or how I fail the time that I fail, but I remember falling, and the whole time I was going down, I went, "Oh shit." I'm falling. And I mean, I did get up, but I was damn sure. And I was going, dude, you're getting old. And it was about 4 years ago, the first time I fell, and I went, holy shit. Yeah, I don't know how I feel, but I fell. Yeah.
We're all going to get old. We're all going to die. It's so sad.
No, we're not all going to get old. We're definitely going to die.
Oh, yeah. Not everybody get old. Yeah,
Getting old is fun. It's inconvenient as fuck, but it's fun.
It's inconvenient.
Oh, it's inconvenient. Dude, my back is hurting right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get home and take a muscle relaxer.
Yeah.
I'm in pain. You saw me take medicine earlier?
Yeah.
That's pain. That's old people shit, brother. So yeah, it's inconvenient, but man, you wise up whenever you get older, and it's good. You want to pass down your wisdom to the younger generation because you saw the mistakes you made and you want to help them, but they're not gonna listen just like I didn't fucking listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's awful.
That's why I'm trying to get my shit together right now. Fuck them kids, brother. I'm going full blast with what I got going on. So yeah,
man. I'm so glad you came on the show, man. I definitely appreciate it. I hope we do some podcasting, bro. I hope we.
Not hope. I mean, I'm committed to it.
Let's do it then.
I'm committed to it right now. Like seriously, I'm damn sure committed.
We're gonna start the Addicted DR part. I've only missed like a month.
Let's get to it. Let's get busy.
Let's do it.
I start next week.
Let's do it next week.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Tuesdays are usually my best days.
Yeah, I like evenings because I work in the daytime.
Brother, I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, so like 6:30, 8:30. That way I can do an interview because that's what I used to do. I like to load up on these interviews so I can give myself a break sometimes.
Let's do as much as we need to do.
Yeah, but I'm with it.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
I definitely,
brother. My man.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Get rid of this goddamn Bobcat. They scared the shit out of me.
Bobby
scared the shit out of me, brother.
My grandpa shot that when I was like 2 years old.
Oh, really?
And so as long as I've been alive, Bobby has been in because this was my grandpa's house.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it turned into the business. And then I moved out at 17 and I lived here by myself.
Okay.
And so some of this like decoration and shit has been here like since I was. I mean, I don't remember not having Bobby.
Now, if you see my Mercedes Benz outside, yeah, I did flex a little Mercedes. I hit Bobby's cousin.
Oh, you hit a Bobcat?
Oh my God! And I was doing about 89 headed to Shreveport.
Yeah,
and I couldn't swerve.
Where were you about? Because I be wanting to know where the Bobcats are.
Oh man, I was still in the Arkansas side.
I believe that. Yeah,
I was still on the Arkansas side. Definitely past the Fout. But yeah, probably close to Doddridge.
I do a lot of camping and I do a lot of backpack camping where I don't have very much between me and the elements. I don't want to run into Bobby in the streets.
Oh no! I don't want to run into him either because I mean that damn thing still look good for the age. I mean
that thing's at least 28 years old.
Motherfucker scares the shit out of me, man.
You want me to turn him? I'll turn him my way.
Bobby damn sure scared me, man. It's just like having a dead person just right here. Hey, man, I don't want my granny right there. Yeah, this 28-year-old worth of death. And yeah, no.
So you're not with the taxidermy?
I'm definitely not with it. Would you want to be taxidermy for your kids?
hey, they took somebody that died. It may have been a rapper or something.
Was it James Brown?
Well, I don't know. They posted him up in like his club fit.
Oh yeah,
at the funeral, and he was like, "What's up?"
Oh yeah, hey man, and you don't want to know the crazy part? I can't wait for white folks to start doing it because damn sure black folks doing it. I need white people.
He was in his club fit.
I knew it was black. That's why when you said you can't help but go, that's black people shit right there. That damn sure. That's us. White people definitely. Y'all ain't been doing it yet, but talk to white people next time. I'm gonna talk to black people. I'm gonna get us to stop doing it. Y'all start doing it. All right?
Start doing it. Okay, when you think of a white dude, taxidermy for his funeral, what is he wearing? What does he look like?
Vanilla Ice. That's what he looks like. He looks like Vanilla Ice. Or he looks like Jake the State Farm guy.
The original.
The original.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. Jake State Farm guy or that dude. Yeah.
You've convinced me. I'm about to sign the waiver.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Oh my God.
Bro, once I die, I don't give a damn. Dress me up.
Oh no. Cremate me or I think I want to be cremated. I don't know about being put in the ground, but that's
what was that movie where they carried him around for a little bit?
Not Jay and Silent Bob. What was that? God.
I just saw the cover of it the other day. And I was thinking
freaking crap. And I see Uncle, he's there.
Yeah, he was taking him. They were taking him to a party. They took him to a party.
They did take him to parties. Dude, that's the movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's older.
What is it? Oh God, why would you do that to me? I can't think of the name of that movie.
I'll look it up. If y'all know out there, tell us in the comments.
That's exactly what they're doing right now. They're going, you don't know that movie?
That's how I want to do. I want them to carry me around until somebody notices and be like, bro, what are y'all doing?
Hell no.
Y'all don't see he's dead.
Oh, funny.
Joe has been dead for 3 weeks.
Do I want to be carried around like that? I don't think I do.
I mean, who cares at that point?
Nah, I probably wouldn't care. You know what I'm afraid of?
What's that?
In dying? I'm gonna start carrying around. All right, so look, I'm a grower. All right.
I already know where you're going. We've all had. I think as a man, we've all had this thought.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't want them to see me, and think that's all I got.
So,
I want a photo of my junk.
Oh,
yeah.
For reference.
Just for reference. Because whenever they see me, they go,
There's more, I promise.
This is what I look like. And I need that. I don't know why that's like a fear of mine.
I don't want to down a toilet.
You don't?
Like mid-shit?
Oh, God, yeah. Do you ever feel like you're going to die mid-shit? When you're straining?
Oof.
When you're going,
ooh, you get the little veins popping.
Yeah, and you get a little lightheaded, so you got to close your eyes?
No, I bet, when your stomach's real bad hurt and you lean over and you touch the ground like that, you ever did that? That's how you know you're in a bind.
I don't want to die jacking off.
Yeah, well, I mean, that may be the solution to your other problem, though.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh. But what if I need rigor mortis to hurry up and set in. That's what I need rigor mortis to hurry. Set!
It's too late.
It's too late.
They caught you lagging.
Yeah, oh my God.
You died on soft.
Dear God, send me back.
Send me back.
Oh, I just want to go back and fix it.
One last thing.
I gotta fix it. Oh, yeah. I just want to go like that. Yeah. That's funny.
There's some embarrassing way. Yeah. We'll get, man, we got more podcasting to do.
Yeah, we do, all because of Bobby. All right. Yeah. We're just getting started, folks. Yeah.
But I better wrap it up. What is it, 9:20? Yeah, we did a little 2-piece, a little 2 hours. That's easy.
That's all we did?
Yeah, that's all we did. Yeah.
All right, I like it.
We'll do more.
Yeah, we will. Do it. I like
it. For the channel, like, share, subscribe, do all that cool shit on YouTube. It's also on Spotify. Any support you can give me, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been a long night. Man, I'm just bootstrapping this thing. I do everything. I pay for everything, and I'm just trying to make it work, man. So any support from the people, I will take it.
Man, listen, everything is going to work out. You're going to be great. Whether I'm involved or not, you're going to be great.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And he gave a bunch of dates out. Where can they find? Where is there a list of your dates?
It's usually on my social media. I always share my flyers as to where I'm going to be at next. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm booked all the way out through July of next year.
Awesome. And it's Derrick Keener on everything?
That's right. Derrick Keener, DerrickKeener. I'm going to say that my name is down here. Are you going to put that
Sometimes
right there?
I don't do that.
All right. Well, never mind. Let's.
His name is... I'm not cutting this either. His name is... My name is right here. His name is right there.
It's not right there, but you get... Imagine...
This is where his name should have been.
It should have been right there. Yeah. So, yeah, they can find me on all social media platforms. Derrick Keener.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Y'all be blessed.
Thanks for having me, brother.